Hi, I'm Christopher Hine, and this week we're talking about Hodoki. So that was my dramatic intro. I hope you guys liked it. If you liked it, comment below and tell me that you like the swivel from here to here. That's what we're doing this week. So I'm Christopher Hine. We're talking about Hodoki this week, and today we're going to talk about the Ushiro Ryote Dori and Ushiro Kubeshimi and the Hodoki methods for that. So I think a lot of people don't understand why we have the Ushiro Ryote, so hopefully we're going to clear that up today. And the Ushiro Kubeshimi also has a lot of important stuff in there that's hard to understand if you're not used to studying armed martial arts. So if you've only been studying unarmed martial arts, hard to understand why we might have those techniques and they're useful. We're going to talk about the basic ways to get out of those grabs today. I'm going to get Josh over here. We're going to go to work. Josh? All right, so today we're talking about Ushiro Ryote Dori and Ushiro Kubeshimi. We're lumping them together in this video because they have a tendency to interplay with each other an awful lot. When people are looking at Ushiro Ryote Dori, they probably think it's the dumbest attack in history. The reason is because he's holding both of my wrists from behind, and it seems like there's a whole lot better options than to grab both of my wrists from behind. Then also, how would he even get there? How would he get to that position in the first place, right? Is he just expecting to come across the guy with both of his arms here down to his side and he's gonna come up and grab him like that? So, I was just hanging out with my hands by my side and he grabbed me, right? So it seems really dumb. It seems like it's very unlikely to happen. We're not gonna ever have that situation. If he was behind me strategically, a better choice would be for him to come up and wrap around me like this, right? So if he got behind me, coming over into a bear hug is a better position for him to get. So he's really got me like this. Now let's understand the techniques of traditional jiu-jitsu systems, which are the father of Aikido, are based on weapons stuff. They're not based on unarmed grappling. They're based on soldier battlefield stuff. So what would a soldier on the battlefield's answer be to this? Well, it would probably be this, and then I would begin stabbing this guy. And I would stab him until he bled out and let go of me. That's what I'm looking for. Now, what would happen if he had a bear hug and he felt me draw my knife? Where would he go? Well, he would probably immediately go there. Now, what would he do with this free hand here? He'd probably shoot that up around my neck and start to try and choke me. This is Ushiro Kubeshimi. What would happen if I decided to switch the knife hand, because this hand, nothing's controlling it, and I put it over here to stab him? Well, he'd probably go back behind like this, and this is Ushiro Ryote Dori. So there's a very reasonable progression as to why that technique happens. I'm trying to stab this guy, and he's trying to stop me by holding my wrists here like this until he can get into a better position or kick me or whatever it is he's going to do. Okay, so that's how that might come if he were already behind me. But what if he were moving behind me? So let's say this guy's attacking me and I'm moving around here, and as I fade out to this side, I decide to cut him, right? So I'm going to cut him because he's real fast and aggressive and coming all over. And he blocks that, bang, like this. Now, if he didn't do anything else, I would just move my hand, I'd cut him again. But if he's smart, he's going to grab a hold to that wrist like this. So when he grabs my wrist like this, what's he going to want to do next? Improve his position. So he's going to try to get here behind me like this. That's either going to be an Ushiro Kubeshimi if I don't do anything about it, or if as he starts to move behind, rewind a little bit for me, as he starts to move behind, I switch the knife into this hand, he's going to go into Ushiro Ryote. So that's why he's going to end up in either one of these on the move, right? So I'm trying to use the weapon to help me control the position as this happens, and he's trying to keep himself from getting stabbed. That's why this position's happening. That's also why we don't have these common unarmed grappling holds, right? So if Josh were just to go into a rear naked choke, so let's say Josh was behind me and he goes into a rear naked choke. So there's a classic rear naked choke. Now, who will win, right? Him bleeding out while I'm stabbing him in the guts, or him choking me out? It's a good question, right? So I probably got about 10 seconds before I'm going to go to sleep. Who knows how long he's got with his guts pouring out of his body, right? So this is why these classic techniques are built that way. They're built to control a weapon. There's always going to be a weapon in play in classic Japanese martial arts because that's the idea, right? Okay, so we have those. How am I going to get free? Understanding why the technique appears. So that's why the attack appears. Now how am I going to get free? So if I was here and Josh was in Ushiro Ryote, like this kind of position, first thing I'm probably going to try and do is get my hands in front of me, because my hands in front of me means I can possibly use my weapon, which is what I want. Now, as I do that, I'm also going to express kokyute and try and pop my hands free. Now, if I got here, I'm starting to get into a position to maybe work out of that, which would be great. If not, he'll go to a body hold. So I go here, let's say he goes to a body hold. That's fine, because I can still use my weapon here, right? Which is probably going to lead us back to the other and give me an opportunity to escape. So the first thing I'm going to try and do is get my hands in front. Now let's say I get my hands in front and this guy's got a good grip like this, so I couldn't pop him free. Well, I'm going to shoot off to the side like this. This either gives me an ikkyo here with the knife, which is great. I'm cutting across that tricep. Or if we were on the other side of this, as I came across, I get an ikkyo here and get into a really nice dominant position, which is really, really good for me. All right, now, if he's smart, when I try to pull my hands in front, he's going to keep them there and he's too strong. I can't get it anywhere. So I'm going to slide off to the side here and start to break his balance. Now, understand, if I threw him, that would be fantastic. My goal is not to throw him. It's just to make a little room. So if he made a little room, cool. Maybe I'll get another position from here and all kinds of other things can happen. So I'm just using it to buy myself a little space and time. Okay, now let's say he's really smart, and as I try to slide to the side, he pulls both my arms up behind my back like this. So he's got my arms, and now I can't get around, I can't do anything else. That's bad. What am I going to do? I'm going to isolate a hand, I'm going to roll in here, and I get myself free to use my weapon again. So these techniques are built to clear that weapon hand so I can get back into a good position. These are the main Hodoki we're going to use. I'm either going to come to the inside with the kokyute, pop free. I'm going to slide an ude mawashi coming around those arms. I'm going to go hip to hip and nudge him with my hip kokyunage to get myself some space or hopefully knock him off of me. Or I'm going to come to the inside, applying essentially a kotagaishi as I come out. So these are the core techniques for the Ushiro Ryote Dori, and also the Kubeshimi works on these same principles. I'm Christopher Hine. Thanks for watching.